Professor Macy here. Okay, I was going to avoid this topic because honestly I think it's a little dense for YouTube, frankly. But apparently I know a lot of business owners who are having trouble with sales. So I wanted to answer some questions. So pull up a chair, get a pen and paper, take some notes. I'm going to try to make this as quick and painless as possible. Here we go. Something a lot of business owners are not privy to is the customer journey mapping process and the sales funnel process. This right here is helpful. What it is a visual representation of where your customer is at each stage of their relationship with your brand. So it starts with awareness, and then it goes into consideration, and then it moves on to the actual transaction or decision to purchase, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll put that somewhere so you can see what I mean. And there are little subsets between it. But what you want to do is pay particularly close attention to what your customer is thinking, feeling at each stage in order to effectively reach the end point, which is the purchase. Okay, the first stage is awareness. Now this is just where people hear about your brand or your company. They might have got an email, they might have saw a business card. I don't know how you're marketing it, but this is how they are learning about your brand. And a lot of people get stuck in this phase. They're not really investing either the time or the money into building awareness. So they end up here and they're trying to push sales, but nobody really knows about them, so that's a problem. The next stage is the consideration stage. This is where you and me and all of us like to go on Yelp and compare and contrast before we make purchases or any decisions. Everybody does it, and a lot of people are stuck in this stage too. And then of course there's the purchasing stage, which is clearly where they're buying your There are 4 very important words that you want to be thinking about at all stages: actions, motivation, questions, and roadblocks. What does that mean, Macy? So when you're at the awareness stage, you got to think about, what is your customer actively doing? Are they online? You want to know how they're shopping, how they're discovering you at this stage. What actions are they taking to find you? And that's going to tell you how to effectively market them at that stage. Then you want to think about the motivations at each stage too. Now, granted, you did your homework and you know your customer inside and out. You're kind of going to know what motivates them. You want to plant their heartstrings a little bit here, connect with them here. People buy to reduce pain or to gain pleasure. They buy emotionally and then they justify logically. Are you fulfilling that kind of fundamental view of purchasing or not? Then we go into the question stage, which is, I got questions, we all have questions. Maybe there's something that's kind of just unknown about your product. I know for us, I'm thinking about one of my clients, Defy Lingerie. Some people want to know, is it a panty? And we said we have to be more vocal and say it's not a panty, because they didn't know what exactly they were getting. So is there some frequently asked question that is not really a part of your messaging? You need to implement that here. And then there's roadblocks, which is the most important thing of all. It's what keeps people from going from one stage to the next. So it keeps them stuck in the awareness phase or stuck in the consideration phase. It may be things like pricing. It could be ease of doing business with you. Maybe your e-commerce shop is like really dense and hard to follow. It could be a number of things. So you got to be objective and say, what is it that's keeping people back from purchasing this product? So again, action, motivation, questions, and roadblocks at each stage. What are the 3 stages? Awareness, consideration, and what's the last one? Purchasing. There are more steps in the cycle in terms of the customer journey map. It kind of looks different for every business, but that's like the most bare bone kind of general one. There's things like the advocacy stage, the retention stage, and I would go on into all that, but I think it's a little dense. I thought this was a little dense, honestly. It's kind of dense. But hopefully it helps somebody. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to leave a comment. I love the messages. You can keep them coming too, but the comments make me feel good. I love the public props. Like, who doesn't like to be picked up in public? Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be putting out more content. Hopefully the next video will be a little bit more light. I felt like this was really like a school lesson, but whatever. I'll see you later. Bye.